Hey YouTube viewers, my name is Gary Campbell. Spiritual name is Tutmos Janak. Welcome to my YouTube again. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. I'm here today with another artist, Earl Scott. Earl, tell us a little bit about yourself.
How you doing, Gary? First of all, let me thank you for having me on this, giving me this wonderful experience to be able to get some exposure, which is much appreciated. My name is Earl Scott, and I don't know where I can start. I grew up in the New Jersey area, born in New York, came to New Jersey very early on in my life. Worked 26 years with the city of Newark. Lived a life early on, a little bit on the wild side. On a journey trying to find me, I guess, what to say, Gary. And today, where I am today, is just trying to be the best person I can be and just trying to be able to help as many people as I can.
All right, that's good. That's good, and that's what we love to hear. Now, about your artistry, specifically, you were telling me about your book, and can you tell me like how your book originated, the idea? You know, like when it really kind of that seed came out.
Well, I always had the inclination to be able to write, but what happened was I was going through many difficulties in my life, and I was in right there, Pennsylvania, going through some changes, and I guess what was happening to me, I was up there trying to shed a part of my life that no longer needed to be a part of me. And after that, I had regurgitated all of this pain and this trauma. All of a sudden, this newfound, I just couldn't stop writing. And whatever had a hold on me then kind of like went away with the grace of God. And I just was able to be able to write. And I wrote on many things, on romance, social issues, social ills, and I kept perfecting it. What really was inside me, I needed to talk about me. I really needed to tell the journey that I went through to be able to be who I am today. And it's been a long process. It took me approximately about 15 years to finally finish the book because I would stop, do 10 pages, stop for years because it was painful. And do I really want people to be able to know that part of my life, or because whatever career or goals that I had, maybe this may hamper or hinder me in some kind of way. But it just got to the point where I just said, you know what, let me just let it all out and expose me and unclothe myself and let the world see me because you know what, it's okay.
It's okay. Now, you dropped a whole lot of stuff on us.
Yes.
I hear this often with writers, and it happened with me also as a writer, that when you write, writing can actually heal you, like your emotional stuff, the stuff that you go through. You can actually go through a healing process. But it's different for everybody. But the important thing is that you become engaged with the process, whether it's 1 year or 2 years, and 3 years, 4 years, 15 years, 20 years. Don't give up on the process. Stay in the process of writing, because out of that, you don't know what's going to happen. Let me just add, we're at the beautiful Military Park in New Jersey. Shout out to you, Military Park, Jennifer and Matt and her crew, Darlene, that are always helping us, always keeping us smiling here. Now, the other thing about being an author now is finding the people to bring that apart, like your artwork, your cover, your illustrator. Are you going with an illustrator, or are you going with a still or photo?
Well, this is a photo of myself on the front page, and on the back page I haven't made a decision. But the amazing thing about the book is that through the journey, it's not so much a book about all of the negative things that a lot of people write about.
Right.
This book is about the journey, about how I was able to come into the light, the different camps that I was in that really I was looking for me, but was never able to find. And so what happened was the design in the book, all that is still being looked upon, but basically I'll be on the front cover, and I have a very unusual title to my book.
What is the title? That was my next question.
Well, a great friend of mine, I don't think she would mind me mentioning her name, Miss Berry, who was author, Mr. Patrice Berry, we were talking, and I says, "Oh, the name of my book is Not Spotless."
Not
And
spotless.
I says, in this book, I'm unclothed, buck naked. I'm just letting it all out. So she says, "Well, what is the name of your book again?" I said, "Not Spotless." She says, "That's not the name of your book." I said, "Yes, it is." She said, "No, it's not. The name of your book is Buck Naked."
Butt naked, you all.
Buck
Sounds
naked,
good to me.
Buck naked in act of courage, and it goes on to talk about on the beginning pages the healing. But the amazing thing about the book is that I'm able to take little pieces of whatever this book may do for society or to help people and make some quality donations to nonprofit organizations that I want to be able to share with them that my reward if the book is able to sell. And most of the people, when they open the book up, will be able to see that certain proceeds from the book will go to domestic violence. More than likely, I will give if it sells the way I want it to sell, and be as prosperous as you. Some donations for Orange, the city of Orange, the city of Newark, domestic violence, and a friend of mine, great friend of mine, who died very young, and whatever can be donated to renal failure. So that's what I want to do on that end. But basically, the whole thing is just to be able to have someone look at the book, read it, and understand that it's okay. Look what this young man went through, and he was able to come up out of that and be the person that he is today. Because there was a lot of trauma, a lot of tears, a lot of looking for me in different places. And I grew up in an age when the whole country was in a cultural revolution. The Temptations were talking about psychedelic shack, the Beatles were talking about strawberry fields forever, the drug culture, and all of these things. And a lot of times, in medicating ourselves and doing things to try not to go through the pain, I went through all that. But thank God I finally found me because I was able to on this journey. Been in Egypt, I've been in the pyramids, I've been to Saudi Arabia 3 times. And the thing about it is that just like the analogy of The Wizard of Oz, when the gentleman scripted that book about this girl looking for home, I did like her. I went all the way around outside of myself, trying to find out what was really already in my backyard. I found out that the kingdom is right within me. So I looked here, I went to Saudi, I went to Egypt, I was involved with this, I did this, and I did that, all to find out that it was right here all the time.
It's within you.
It's right here within me. And I feel so grateful that, and I'm 62 years old now,
You look good.
I'm 62
Like
years
they
old.
say, you wear it well.
And I've been here a minute. I'm an Eisenhower baby. I started school in 1957.
That's 6 decades of wisdom, y'all.
Yeah.
Plus.
But the key is that I think is that, I don't glorify some of the actions and the behavior that I went through there. What I wanted to do with this book to say, look how I shed and look at the mercy of the Creator, because for the grace of God did go I. And different people find the Creator and find the spiritualism in different things. There's many roads to get to where you need to go. And all I want to do is that before I'm called back home or before I do that ultimate surrender, is to be able to help someone else like I did when I worked for the city of Newark. I worked in the reentry program, trying to help people that were coming home from incarceration. I drove up and down to Broadway and Trenton at the man's facilities, going in, doing NA programs. And the program that we had in New York was great, really great. Was a great program, and it's still they're still assisting people there in this coming home. But the amazing thing is that many people always want to think as though like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? The thing about it is that if you could help one person, and change one person, because behavior change is very significant. And also I need to mention that I started going to school late in my late 30s, became a father in my late 30s, again a parent, and I went from my associates to my bachelor's to my master's. I'm a PhD candidate now. I did all my coursework, started 2 dissertations that I had to stop because of knee surgery. Taking classes at Wharton University, University of Penn Wharton School of Business, John Hopkins, Case Western Reserve University, University of Manchester, University of Copenhagen, online courses that I take because I'm an academic. I like to research. The thing about it is that through all that trauma and pain, I've always been inquisitive about why things work.
It's part of your energy. That's who you are.
It's part of my energy, and I'm part of understanding that you want to find out how insignificant you really are to the universe. Put you out in a canoe out in the middle of the ocean, and you'll be able to see, and you get humble. So I like seeking knowledge and seeking understanding, and I must say that so many people like yourself, and I like to really give honors to the Honorable Sharp James, who gave me an opportunity to go to graduate school, Cory Booker, and the city council that was during the time of Sharp James, and all these different people. Everybody had a piece of the puzzle to help me get to where I was going. They're part of my story. They're part, and even the relationships that I've had, each one of them brought something to me. And even though, you understand, they wasn't the main story, they were there to teach me and to facilitate something for me to be able to move forward. And I must mention my late wife, who died August 7, 2013, who saw something in me before I saw something in myself. Saw me behind the garbage truck from the city of Newark, because that's where I started at.
Wow.
And she saw something in me, and she said, go to school. Go to school. And she said, and I was so raw. She seen something in me because I was that raw that I was still pushing food up on my fork with my finger. So I was not cultivated at all. But she taught me, and
love the truth.
Yes, the truth. She helped me and cultured me along, taught me what I needed to know about facing the world. And there's still bumps in the road. There's still things that are painful at times. But the amazing thing is that I finally found me. I finally found me, and I've been looking for that little boy named me for a long time. The little boy named me that hid in the dark with his knees pressed to his chest because of the fact he was so afraid and in fear. The little boy named me that mother wasn't looking.
Well, I didn't know you was going to do a poem now.
Oh, this is not a poem. This is coming out my head.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We like it.
That little boy named me.
The little boy or the little girl named me.
That sat in that corner, knees pressed to his chest, afraid and in fear, that hiding from those that thought that I would be better with a suit of pain adorned on my well-being. They said, oh, this little boy named me, put a little suit of pain on you. This is what you need to carry through life. And I carried that pain for so long, feeling as though that I can't talk about this stuff. I can't tell nobody this stuff. Hey, are you kidding me? But the thing about it is that when I went to White Bear, Pennsylvania, the day that I regurgitated that pain, the day that I threw up all that despair, I screamed then what I should have screamed, being that little boy named me. But I kept that holler, I kept that scream inside of me for all them years. That pain destroyed my marriage early on. It destroyed me not being able to be stable. It just because I was walking around in pain. And a lot of times we carry these wounds inside of ourselves that never heal.
Many times.
And especially in the African American community, we carry these wounds and we just don't know how to get past this. And different things will trigger it. And I found out that it's okay. I'm not the only one. That things happen too. That things happen because just as he was trying to destroy me when I was born, God was preparing me for what I needed to be.
For greater work.
Yeah, because of the fact that I always look at it as that I lost 25 years of my life, but I didn't. I was being prepared to be who I am today. So many people have died that I knew, and so many things that I've been into that people are no longer here. And I feel so blessed and grateful that he spared my life. I mean, I went through the dogma, I went through this and this and that. And I'm just so grateful today that, I'm not less than anybody. I may not have the money that you have. I may not be influential to be invited to all the parties, but you know what, who cares? I have me. And that's what's the most significant thing about it. But a lot of times, we always want to be a part of something because of the fact we're always dealing with the external things in our life. We think we put security and meaning into our jobs. We put security and meaning into the relationship. We put security and meaning into everything but God. So when those things go, we're at a loss.
We're empty.
We're empty. And I did that for so many years. I put more emphasis
Many of us do that.
into the relationship, into my job, into everything. And I just have to keep my faith that everything that I want is within here. And the arch enemy or the adversity always threatens you with fear because we're afraid. But if we just, someone said the other day, I was listening to a program that if you be still and be quiet, because if you put a glass of water that's muddy still and leave it alone, all of the dirt and all of the stuff will seep right to the bottom.
That's a word.
Yes, right. So that's what we got to do. We got to be still, and I can only speak for me, but I'm very grateful and thankful to the city of Newark for giving me an opportunity. Like I said, I started in 1987 or 88 behind the garbage truck. The former mayor gave me an opportunity to go to graduate school. Where we're sitting at here right now, I was here part of the Renaissance period of help when this place opened up the New Jersey Pack years ago. I picked up garbage for a long time, and when people see me today, I always tell them that what I wear is just a uniform. That what's the use of being dressed up and all that, and you don't have a good heart or don't have any charity within
Quality
yourself.
of heart is key.
Exactly. So I feel very good that I was a part of this city. You know what I mean? And,
Well, you still are.
I am. I'm a part of humanity.
Right.
I'm a part of
More
humanity.
important.
No matter where I go. And I just wanted to be saved because this last chapter or this chapter that I'm writing now in my book about my life. I mean, the book is done, but this chapter that God has me on right here is that I just want to be able to, when I leave here, to be able to know that I took my knife of faith and caused significance into the world, that I made a difference in somebody's life.
That's what it's all about.
I don't care about, whether I'm with her, whether I'm down, whether, I'm part of the crew, part of the clique. I did all that. All I care about to understand is being able to be civil, ethical, and to be right. That's all, and am I going to stumble and fall? Of course I am. But the bottom line is that I got God and I have faith.
Failure is part of life. Now, when is your book coming out?
I'm looking for September. And you know what's surprising about this book, though? What's surprising about this book is going to talk about my resurrection. It's going to talk about the reinvention. It's going to talk about things that people are going to turn around and say, "You got to be kidding." Did you read that? But you know what, though? Buck naked and allowing someone to see my nakedness, because does it really matter how you see me or how anybody sees me? Doesn't matter whether or not your opinion of me doesn't matter. Long as how I look in the eyes of God is what's important. Not about what he feels or she feels or anything like that. But I think the book is going to help a lot of people.
We learn from each other.
Yes.
We learn from each other. So now, I just want to ask you,
yes,
so you've gone through this process.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is ready to go.
Right.
What you said earlier, I really like, and I just wanted to say it again. This whole idea of you're giving back automatically. And I like that because many people don't understand that the gift that we get, that we receive, it should go right back. It should go right back. That should be part of who we are.
Right.
Without even thinking. That's part of being human. We shouldn't be confused by our culture that you see like this greedy mentality.
Right.
What we have is the gift that we have is not just for ourselves.
Yes.
It's to give to others. It's to help others. And I hear what you're saying about your book. And what you're saying is that your experiences, when people read that and see that, then they understand better the process of life. This is what it's all about to me.
Right, because everybody that we see, there's a younger generation here that that's going through some difficulties and going through some changes because of the fact they see no benefit, they see no reward because they don't have the vision. Hopefully that my book and that my approach in talking to young people or anyone, because there's a lot of people out there my age that are still stuck, but it's about giving back and sharing yourself with humanity and allowing people to know that they have a divineness in them. It's just covered with all of
Hear it again.
the worldly stuff on top of it.
Right.
It's covered with all. But I see I posted something the other day about a story about
We have purpose. We have that sense of purpose.
right, and this is what I'm able to do. There's a story I was telling you the other day about four men walking along, and these four men saw a decomposed body that had rotted.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and it was terrible. And three of the four expressed their dislike and how ugliness and how terrible it was. But they asked the one man, they said, well, what do you see? Do you agree with us? He says, the man has perfect teeth. The man has perfect. Did any of y'all look at his teeth? The teeth are perfectly fit in his mouth and it's white. So he was able to see the beauty where they can only see the ugliness. So when we walk down the street and we see people acting out with abnormal behavior and all that, you still should be able to see the divine in them regardless. But know that the way they're performing and the way they're acting is because of the fact of learned behavior, because it all starts, you understand, with behavior. Because it starts with behavior and it moves over to economic depravity, where you have the homelessness, you have the drug abuse, and you have the substance abuse, you have the domestic violence and all that. And then it moves further over to social policy, where legislators, city council members, and state and federal government have to find funding or ways and means to offset what really started with the guy's choice and decision. So we have to give people the ability to have to make better decisions and quality decisions. Because the decision that you make, the choices that you make, are in the quality that you make. So people have to learn how to make better decisions. So like Newark and all these urban cities and everything, there's nothing wrong with the people. The people just have a behavior problem.
Right.
It's a behavior issue. And so how do we address the behavior issue? How do we deal with that? And we deal with that by many ways, but I think that there are people in the city of Newark, East Orange, and all across the country that are doing their best. And what little bit you can do is great. Even this, what you're doing here right now, hopefully that'll reach somebody.
No, it will. But what you're doing, because you're the artist, and when people read your story, that's part of the changing process. Because the education systems that are set up are not going to provide the lessons that you provide. See. Now, where can people find you on social media? You on Facebook?
I'm on Facebook, Earl Scott. They can find me on there, and also I'm trying to get into the school systems right now. Oh, and I failed to mention that I also in 2010 was given the executive clemency of pardon by John Corzine before he left for office.
Okay, no, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But you got another combination I saw the other day. You showed me from Newark, city of Newark.
Yes, I had the honorable council members, the city of council, but it went through Honorable Carlos Gonzalez, who was a great man. His wife was a great deputy mayor. He gave me a resolution from the city of Newark for 26 years of service to the city, which I appreciated. And it meant a lot for him to do that for me, because I left the city of Newark in June 2014, and it was time for me to emerge from that situation, to be on, so God could be able to put me where He needed to put me. But it was a great thing to be able to, for the time that I spent with the city of Newark, to be able to see the things that I've done and we've done, and to give the people that's down there now an opportunity to continue to carry the city forth.
So now, tell the people, we're going to close about Butt Naked will be
probably September. I'm looking at a maximum date of September for it to come out. I can be reached on YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, on Facebook. Earl Scott. You can reach out to me and contact me. I'm usually posting a lot of my writings and a lot of things that I think about, but I'll probably use Facebook as a launching pad to be able to.
You're gonna have a website?
I'm gonna have a website up. I'm gonna do all that. And this right here, I am so grateful that what you've done today for me, because this is how this thing works.
Well, don't worry, we're going to be bringing you on. I'm doing 365 days of Newark, Newark teachers, preachers. I'm bringing them in so people can understand the cultural flavor and the power in Newark. Because I believe I have a digital newspaper called The Artist Recreates the World. So this is what I'm pushing. People need to hear your story, and they need to hear the story of the Newark residents and what we do and how we impact the world. All right?
And may I say this before we close? I would just really like to pray for humanity, but also to pray for the city of Newark's success, city, East Orange. You know, I'm from Orange, New Jersey. I'm an Orange tornado guy, so I got to pray for the city
Orange,
of
New
Orange.
Jersey, shut out.
Right. And,
Brick City.
Exactly.
Brick City.
And wish all these cities and support your leaders, even if you disagree with them. Still give them the support that they need. And just because you disagree, there's no need, you understand, to spew poison. You know, just stay the course and support people, you understand, and give them an opportunity because it's a learning process for us all. Thank you so much.
Peace.